Hey guys, this is Kendall Terry, and I use interactive notebooks in biology all the time. It's one of the main things that I use as far as how kids take notes, how they do lab activities, how they do all kinds of different presentations. And we do a lot of foldable type activities then in our interactive notebooks. And one of the things with foldables is that you end up with staples or you end up with tape in random places, and then that messes up the pages that follow. So I've come up with a couple of ways. I'm really just stealing these from other people that I've seen give presentations, and I'm putting them together in video form so that I can use them in class with my students, but also so that they're out there for anybody else to use as well. This video is going to be on how to make the bound notebook. The bound notebook is nice because there may be an activity, and I've used this for different activities, that you need multiple pages in a bound structure that they could take with them without having to take their whole notebook. I use it, for instance, whenever my kids are going out into the field to do observations. We make bound notebooks. We can put those observations in the bound notebook, and then we don't have to worry about taking our whole interactive notebook out there. If it gets messed up or destroyed or wet or whatever, it didn't ruin everything that they've done in class. It only ruined that one notebook that we can recreate a whole lot easier than the whole notebook. So this video is about how to make a bound notebook that you can put in your interactive notebook. I'm going to start that video now. Hope you enjoy. Comment. Let me know what you think. If you have any other ideas, put them at the bottom. You know, any future video ideas or whatever, and we'll try to add to it along the way. Talk to you later.
All right, so today we're wanting to make a bound book, and a bound book is simply a book that you can kind of go through, you can write stuff in, but it's bound so that, you know, one page, it doesn't separate. And notice I don't have any kind of staples and anything like that on it, which helps with interactive notebooks. If we want to put them in our interactive notebook, they're not creating a bulge because of a staple. No tape that's going to get messed up and that sort of thing. It's just bound. So to do this, you'll need scissors, a pen or pencil, a measuring device like a ruler, and then of course the paper, as you can see here. So we start with what I call a hamburger fold, and I've heard many people call that. I can't take credit for that myself. And so you simply fold it fat ways like that, and then you take your ruler and you measure from the end 1 inch, and sorry about that, and then from the end over here 1 inch, and I've put 2 lines. Now this cut is different than the rest of the cuts that we're going to make. So you can see the marks on the paper here and here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make little cuts right there on those lines that I just put in at 1 inch. And then I'm going to cut from this side to that side. Now I've seen this described, done several different ways. This seems to be the easiest, is to simply, I want to shave off this edge right here. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. All the way to that mark. All right, now when you open this, you've got this mouth now. All right, so cut off. I'm going to set that over. I'm going to need another sheet of paper, and now all the papers after this will be done exactly the same. I've seen people actually do this part with multiple pieces of paper. I just do it one at a time, and I know it's a little bit more time consuming, but what I've found is that the paper is a little hard to cut when you're using multiple ones. So I'm simply doing the same system that I did before. 1 inch, put a mark, and once again, didn't mean to hit the camera, and 1 inch mark. Now, this one is where it gets a little different. So, I am going to still cut the little slice there, and I'm going to come over here and cut the little slice there. But this time, instead of going inside from point to point, I'm going to cut the outside edge off, right there at the fold, to where I made my little cut. Same on this side. Okay, so now, if you've done this one right, when you go to open this up, the middle is still together, but there's slits on the end. Okay? So now all you simply have to do is feed the mouth with the paper. All right, so it's easier sometimes to just kind of fold it. Don't crease it, fold it, but kind of bend it a little bit so that it slides into the mouth. Okay, and kind of clean up your edges. And there you go. Now we have a bound book. Once again, one page, they don't all fall out, and you've got pages that are all bound together. You don't have any staples, you don't have any tape, nothing like that. And you can continue adding paper. You just simply take another sheet, do the same thing that I just did on that last one, and then feed the mouth. Okay, put it through so it folds the right direction, and you can end up with a multiple page booklet that should work very well if you take your time on it. Sometimes you have to, kind of do it 2 or 3 times to really get the hang of it. This is a bound book that I use with interactive notebooks in biology.
All right, so that once again was a bound notebook that I use with interactive notebooks, because once we're done with them, they can turn them in, I can give them back to them. They can actually then put those in their interactive notebook. They can either paste it or tape it into a particular page, or they can put it in the fronts of their notebooks where they can create a slot there. I'll show another video hopefully soon to show you how to do that if you're interested in that. I've done that with a couple different designs. And it helps them to hold everything together, kind of creating a file folder, if you will, in their notebook, but not using anything other than their notebook to do that. And I can show you that on a later video. Hope you enjoyed. Like I said, comment. Let me know whether you can use this or not. Let me know whether there's other videos or other foldables out there that we can explore that maybe we can help enhance the look of our notebooks and make them better for class use.